Hi, I'm Christian and I am doing a digital launch pad for D&D music.
Hi, I'm Bailey. I'm using the frame of viral media to recreate a popular TikTok edit.
Hi, I'm Julian. I'm also using the viral media frame to document trying to learn bike repair.
Hi, I'm Dakota. I'm making an ethereal cover of a Rihanna song called Stay using BandLab. So let's start off with obviously, did you guys have any roadblocks whilst making your DA? Christian, do you want to start us off?
As someone that's using a remixed frame, I there are several like digital launch pads that already exist. There are physical launch pads that you can get, but I wanted to push myself and make my own, which has been quite a test. Not remix media, digital launch pads also cost quite a bit online. So if I was creating my own, I'd have to figure out a cost-effective way to make it while also figuring out ways to implement different kinds of music to go in there, including AI generated music.
Awesome. Just a quick question. Have you worked with AI before, Christian?
No, I have done my best to stay well away from it. I do not like AI, but I thought I might give it a go for this assessment just to push myself a little further.
Could I ask why you are against AI?
Because I like human creativity and I don't like AI being used to make stuff that people have passion to do. I thought that AI was created initially to do the jobs people don't want to do, like all the like money count, like number counting, all the really annoying stuff that people generally don't want to get around to doing, but leave it to the last minute in the end.
Fair, fair. All right, Bailey, what about you?
Um, so full transparency, I'm currently still in a roadblock, which I'm hoping that um this peer discussion can help me to move past it. But I've really been struggling. So I've like done editing before, like I've been using After Effects like I think almost 6 or 7 years now. So I have experience, but the edit that I chose for some reason I wanted to like do something different, and I've really been struggling to like actually find the motivation and replicate it in a way that it's just not something entirely different, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I respect that. I respect that. Um,
Yeah, like as in when I try and do it, I want to stay true to like the original idea. I don't want to just make it entirely my own. Because even working through the frames, like it started off as template media. I was like, oh, I can just make like a template. And then it kind of transitioned back into remix media, but I'd already kind of played around with that. So I was like, no, I think the best frame would be to just use viral media.
okay.
For your TikTok edits, Bailey, are you doing them based on shows or music or something else?
A bit of everything. So I've pretty much edited anything and everything. This time I just decided I literally just scrolled on TikTok and picked like a random celebrity because I was like, I don't know who to edit. So yeah.
Okay, fair.
Cool.
I know like you and Julian are both doing like viral media, but at the start, like you said, you were doing what was it? What is it called? Remixed
It
media like I
started.
was. I know we were working pretty closely, but you ended up working a lot with Julian. How did it go getting like doing like kind of like a buddy system with Julian to work on your assessment? Like, did it help?
Yeah, I think it was really helpful because like particularly when there are so many digital artifacts, it helps to have like a collective frame. Like for example, our whole group is kind of under the idea of remixed media, of experimental media. But it was good to have like Julian, who's also doing the same frame, because we can kind of like bounce ideas off of each other and have kind of that open channel communication where it's not like, hey everyone in this big Discord server, does anyone have any idea about this? It's like, okay, Julian is doing a similar project with similar ideas. There's
Yeah,
someone right there, you know?
yeah, fair.
No, I can definitely agree with that because I'm not very big on knowing the trends of social media, and because Bailey's more in depth there than I was, it really helped with trying to figure out how to frame what I want to do, how to actually communicate, what to do to get engagement on like videos if I'm going to make them. And so it was really helpful,
Yeah,
having that
exactly.
sort, like you said.
Yeah. So obviously you're doing viral media, Julian. So like how's your DA going? Have you had any roadblocks? Because I know Bailey's been helping you through a lot of your like conceptual issues, but how's it been going?
For the actual content digitally, it's going pretty well, especially because we've got this collaboration between me and Bailey, and also with what I've seen from people who are also doing digital media on the Discord, like the viral media.
Mm.
But the physical aspect of the content being recorded is a bit of a roadblock because I'm not a mechanic. I don't know how to fix up a dirt bike, and that's the whole point of this. But yeah, it's like the actual logistics of trying to repair something is a lot harder than I thought it was, which has been a roadblock. But I'm
Yeah.
really enjoying the process of documenting, learning something new because
Yeah.
I enjoy it a lot.
I think everyone's pretty much had the same roadblock from what I've seen over the past couple of weeks of we're learning something new and it's causing issues for all of us. Because like my DA is obviously making a cover of a song, and I've been doing music for a while. I've sang songs, like I was in a band for a while. But when it came to actually producing music, I haven't done a single lick of that. Like I've never like produced my own like covers of songs and stuff. And obviously I didn't want to just make a straight up cover of like a song. I wanted to remix it in like my own like aesthetic, my own way, which is why I'm making it like an ethereal cover, so a lot more whimsical, I guess. But like I've seen BandLab. I remember last assessment I recommended it to you because I played around with it when I was in high school, but I never learned it. But because you used it for the last assessment task, Julian was really helpful to actually help me in something I suggested to him.
It's a bit ironic, but
Yeah.
I thought you would have had an idea after recommending it, but it's
No. I just knew it was free and it was good.
yeah.
But because you had like a lot of like good YouTube tutorials, you were able to like point me in the right direction. Which worked out. But yeah, my biggest roadblock was obviously not knowing how to use BandLab. But because Julian was well versed in it from his last assessment, it worked out for me because he could just teach me and how to like use BandLab and like show me tutorials. So yeah.
To add on that, could you guys say that we've all kind of had a learning curve that we've helped each other get across?
Oh, 100%. I think
Yeah.
learning our last like peer discussion in DA, we found out working alone on our assessment doesn't work. Like, yes, it's our own DAs, but bringing us together to like help each other out makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
Obviously, like Bailey, you and Julian are working on the same frame. And then Christian and I, we're doing somewhat similar with like a whole music thingy. So it all just kind of like worked out. We can like buddy system it, which like I think we've been doing really good at. So yeah. Next question. Sorry. How does your DA tie into experimental media?
Well, for me personally, I don't have a lot of experience with like coding, programming, anything like that. So creating my own digital launchpad from scratch has been quite a bit of a challenge, but I'm able to test out different softwares that other people have used. I'm able to piggyback upon existing digital launch pads. And then like experimenting with like what music fits with just the broad topic of D&D music. Because the mood for D&D music, like what song goes with what is incredibly subjective. What one person might find relaxing, another person might find really sad. Some like one song that sounds really happy to some person may be a really, energetic or tense song to someone else. So there's finding not just a middle ground, but kind of an agreed upon definition of how that music is perceived, at least on the musical front of my project. But yeah, definitely like experimenting with different softwares and like just how my launch, like how I want my launchpad to look, where I like the placement of songs and moods on it's been fun.
Yeah, because what was it? Obviously, like with our like umbrella, I'm gonna call it an umbrella term, like experimental media. Obviously, making launch pads and stuff like that is a completely unfamiliar format for you, and I've seen you low-key struggle with it from day one. But like it says like the reason why experimental media matters is because like you're building confidence in making work with like a predefined outcome. So you had what you wanted, but you changed it as you made it.
Yeah.
Because I know originally you were trying to make an app.
Mm.
And I was like, why don't you use like a Stream Deck or a Launchpad? And then from that point, your whole DA kind of like flip-flopped into like, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
A Stream Deck Launchpad probably makes it a lot easier for like people to use
Yeah.
for like audios. So you were pretty experimental with like different ways you could format your DA. So yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bailey, you can go.
Yeah, I think mine's pretty similar. I think we'll find that a lot of ours are framed with the whole we're experimenting with something new that we haven't tried. And I think that that's just kind of part of the iteration process. Um, so yeah, for me personally, like even though I've been editing for however many years, I like started off with like doing Instagram edits and like I became quite popular with that. Like some of my edits got like 30, 40,000 views. I had like
Wow.
13,000 followers at some point. Like I was pretty like it was my life. And then I kind of moved on, stopped doing it a bit. And yeah, when I was thinking like what do I want to do for my digital artifact, I was like taking a scroll on TikTok and I like briefly dabbled in TikTok edits, but like I it was kind of after my prime editing time. And
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that and I was like, well, maybe I can see if I still have it. So I was experimenting with the whole idea of new platform, new audience, new ideas. Like the edit is kind of like a glitchy, sort of slowed down frame rate one too. So I was like,
Mm.
I've always edited in 30 frames per second. I think this one was like 20, 21 frames per second, something again, experimental. So it was just, yeah, kind of working with different ideas to execute a different end product.
Have you found your edits to be more successful on one platform than another?
I guess it depends on like how you look at it. In terms of consistency, Instagram, because I had that following, but TikTok, like yeah, I had an editing TikTok account and one of my videos got like 1 million views, but that
Damn.
was literally like a one-off.
Mm.
Like on average, they probably get some get 200 views, some get like 15,000 views. I think like yeah, so like that's a massive discrepancy from 15,000 to 1 million. Like
Julian?
Well, with my project, it comes from more of a personal side because
Mm.
I've grew up riding bikes with my cousins and that on their property. And when it broke, I was like, okay, I don't want to pay to fix this. Why don't I try and learn something new? Why don't I try and document it? I can do it.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. And it's very unfamiliar to me. Like I do like going out, but I'm not a very hands-on person.
Yeah.
I'm very much a take it, do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So actually doing the work myself and trying to learn all these concepts is a bit difficult. And it has definitely been a bit challenging to try and figure out. But I'm really enjoying actually trying something new. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's a really important thing with a digital artifact. I feel like if you don't push yourself to do something, you're not really doing it right, if that makes sense.
Yeah, fair. Because I know obviously like I'm a photography student, like through and through. I've been doing photography for like years. And you do the same BCM 116, I believe it is. Yeah, you do BCM 116 and like you're getting introduced to like cameras and like film and stuff like that. I thought it was like really fun to like work with you when you're experimenting with vlogging of your like mechanics. I don't know anything about mechanics, but it's really fun to work with you when like you're doing like your whole recording journey because that's something not familiar to you, which is really experimental for you. Because you don't vlog and you don't record and you don't do audio things, but like I do stuff like that. So it was fun to like learn and bounce off each other.
I really enjoyed having someone that knew what they were doing to show me what to do. Like it made the experience a lot better.
Yeah, because like obviously we bounced off each other for like when he helped me with the band lab and I helped him with like his film. So yeah.
So basically, with my DA, how it's kind of like it falls into like the category of like experimental media is like, as I've mentioned before, is I'm aware of BandLab as like I explained to like Julian in our last peer discussion, like BandLab is a free thing that you can use. Like I've dabbled at like a like surface level with BandLab, but like I've never gone in depth and actually learned how to use it. So I'm trying something entirely new here. It was also fairly experimental because I was changing the genre. So obviously I'm doing remixed media. Um and because I'm doing remixed media is I'm making something new of something that already exists. So I'm making a pop song, a whimsical ethereal song. So I'm remixing it and I was experimenting a lot with how to achieve this level of etherealness. Um which was helpful because Christian helped a lot with like audio and like some like kind of like not visual but like some audio sounds that would give the audience a depiction of like whimsicalness, stuff like that. So Christian's assistance was really really helpful. He helped me around like week 7, which was super, super, super cool. Came down during like the no teaching week and we worked together on like just putting down some little whimsical melodies. But working experimentally was it was kind of a challenge. Um but it was good to have the support of working with Julian and Christian a lot in this one. And I think that's definitely something I'll carry on further into like future DAs is I want to maintain that level of like uh collaborativeness. Like although as mentioned before, like this is our single use like DA, like it's our own DA, having a collaborative standpoint from like each other has just made it all the more easier on us. And it's definitely like something I'll like tell future BCM students is don't work on it on your own. Like I think our collective advice from the last peer discussion was find something that you're passionate about. I think we can all collectively agree on like we were joking about it a couple days ago was um find something you're passionate about and find something that you can like have fun with your group, with your friends. Um if you try to tough it out yourself, it gets kind of jarring, it gets kind of boring after a while. But if you're collaborative and you make it engaging for the whole group, it's all the more fun and it makes it so much more worth it and you'll just enjoy it no matter what you do.
So just quickly, do we have any questions for each other?
Julian, with your vlogging stuff, was there anything that you'd actually like do differently? Like, would you do like other vehicles as well with your vlogs or?
Well, because I did it more out of necessity than passion, I would say no initially. But where we're at now, I would like to continue it and like actually work on new bikes. Like I've got a quad bike that's broken, so it'd be good to learn how to fix that. I mechanics has just become something I'm interested in because of this. So potentially, yeah, I think so.
Okay, awesome. So that pretty much takes us to our 20 minutes, guys. That wraps up our second peer discussion, and we will discuss more for our third one.